master's in Hadith science and graduated from the University of Medina. And he will teach you some stuff about what he learned, and تفضل Sheikh.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. أما بعد, I'm very happy, very pleased to be here. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala truly knows. For me to sit in front of, mashallah, this Jannah Mubarak, Maymoon, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hopefully these faces that I see now of young men, young women, brothers and sisters, bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala, you guys, without a doubt, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, will be the future. And one day, there's going to come a time, and you're going to have people sitting in front of you. You're going to have someone visiting, or you're visiting someone else's school. And you're going to be teaching people and lecturing people and things like this. So this is a ni'mah kubra. This is a big blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's one thing giving a lecture to older people in this masjid, in that masjid, this center, but to sit in front of these youth, Muslim youth, that's a ni'mah. It's a blessing upon me, and it's a blessing upon you, upon all of us, to be sitting here today, to be Muslims, and to be raised as a Muslim, and to grow up as a Muslim in the 21st century in the United States. So many challenges, so many roadblocks and obstacles, so many people that don't want you to be a Muslim, so many people that don't want you to study the Quran. It's a blessing. Are we aware of this ni'mah? So I'm very happy to be here to visit you, to invite once again. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. So we ask Allah Almighty and Majestic to allow us to say that which is beneficial, Ameen, and put the truth on our tongues, Ameen, and hopefully it will be a means of benefit to you. Allahumma Ameen. I'm sure here in this masjid and in your school, we have all types of lectures and speeches that you hear, all talks that you get. And I'm sure many of those talks will be on the virtue of the Quran Kareem. How good it is to memorize the Quran. The virtue of seeking knowledge. Perhaps we hear these topics often. They're very important topics. Topics that need to be spoken about or spoken on many times. But what I want to talk about today, inshallah, for the brothers and the sisters, if I get everyone's attention, inshallah, everybody looking at me, everybody looking at me, inshallah. If I get everyone's attention, what we want to speak about is something that is going to make you more successful in the deen and in the dunya. Something that is going to make you more successful at this young age and when you grow older. Something that's going to make you successful, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you're a student and when you're a teacher. And something, if you do it properly, you'll benefit from it for the rest of your life. And if you don't do it properly, then you're going to suffer from it for the rest of your life. Anybody have an idea or clue what I want to talk about, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, here in this masjid today? Based off of what I just said. Anybody have an idea? Any ideas? Don't be shy. No ideas? No guesses? Prayer. Good guess. That's not what we want to talk about today. We don't want to talk about prayer. You know, prayer is important, but that's not what we want to talk about today. But that's a good fadl. Sunnah to Nabi, mashallah. Jazakallah khair. Very important. It's not what we want to talk about. Very good guess. Anybody else want to take a shot? Fadl. Hadith, even better, mashallah. But that's not what we want to talk about. Fadl. You. La. Anyway, go ahead. No. You. Next. Yeah. Exercise. Hey, not of us. That's important, but it's not what we want to talk about. Anybody want to give it a shot and show off all? Whoever gets the right answer will get a gift. Follow. Quran. La. Go ahead. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The most important thing to talk about, but it's not what we're going to talk about specifically. Huh? La. Who said mom? Close. That was a little closer. Now you got a hint. Islam, very good. But that's not what we're going to talk about specifically. No. Huh? No, we've said that already. In the back. Yeah, you. No. In the blue fold, right there. You. What's your name? Kitty. Follow. I can't hear you, huh? No, we don't want to talk about the prophets. Now, you. Yeah. Dunya. La. Follow. 5 pillars. No, we have a hint already. And we know, brothers and sisters, in the Quran class, in the masjid, any circle of knowledge, you always raise your right hand, never your left hand. Always the right, you. La, not dua. Very good guess though, you. Family, closer. Family, mother, closer. No. Follow. La. Awlad, children, maybe even closer. Sadaqah, very good guess, mashallah, but no, I'm sorry. No, you went already. All the way in the back. That's important, but not what we talk about today. Seeking knowledge, closer. So far, the main hints, brothers and sisters, the main hints are 2. You said parents and seeking knowledge. Now, you know, you guys ever play a game called hot potato, cold potato? Okay, now you're getting a little warm. But the potato is not done yet, but it's getting warm. We need some new hands. Talk up. La. Huh? La. Passing knowledge, you're getting closer, you're getting warmer. The potato is almost done. Closer, a little warm. Come up. Huh? Strong idea. Closer. Huh? Closer. You're getting really close now. The potato is almost done, Abdullah. Can you move back? Please. That's what I'm saying. Malish. Fire, who wants the gift? Closer. In the green.
Accepting knowledge from your parents.
Accepting knowledge from your parents. Really, really high. But it's not cooked yet. La, in the Nike sweater. It says Nike, right? Paying what? I can't hear. Silence. It's all good. I'm thinking that. Seeking knowledge from your parents. Getting really close. I don't think you guys want my gift. Huh? Listening, getting warm, really warm. Really warm. In the blue phone. Parents teaching the Quran, you're getting hot, but not hot enough. All the way in the back. Respecting your parents. So far, he's the closest. He's the warmest. Who wants a gift? Yeah. Education, now getting cold now. You. Yeah, you. Huh? I can't hear you. I can't give you if I can hear you. Duxie. He's the hottest so far. The potato's almost done. Who wants a baked potato for lunch? You. All the way back. There you go. Over there. Who wants a baked potato? It's okay. It's okay. The Duxie. So far, the closest hint is the Duxie. Respecting this man. A little close. Guys, we got 2 minutes left, and this is going to be no gift. 2 minutes time. You. Yeah. Hold. Yeah. Wait. Bismillah. 1 second. We may have a winner. Say it again. Respecting the people that are teaching Quran. Allahu Akbar. That's it. Alhamdulillah. I didn't hear you. You said Paris. You said Mala? Okay, no problem. If you what's your name, Akhi? What's your name? Huh? I'm kidding. If that's what you said, we'll give you a gift too. No problem. Okay. What's your name? Huh? Safa. Okay. Sister Safa and Brother Abdul Kareem. That's what we're going to talk about today, is respecting your teacher. MashaAllah. That's the way it is. Right? Hey guys, I have some more gifts, but you gotta be silent. You had some fun, but I have more gifts. Who wants the rest of these? You gotta be silent when I sign the gifts. Right? You gotta be quiet. Somebody's not giving a gift. Talking. This is for Sister Safa. It's your gift. Abdul Kareem. Very good job. Well, bless you both. Enjoy. Inshallah. Fine. So we said we only have 2 books left. No more books. Maybe these books, somebody will get them here. Maybe in another masjid. Allah knows best. We have some other gifts too. Some other things in this bag. Right, Abdullah? Right. Some things from Medina, from the Prophet ﷺ city. Allah Alam. Depending on how good your answers are, depending on what you may get. Inshallah. And from the benefits of seeking knowledge, that's first and foremost. And also from the benefits of what you just did, brothers and sisters, of participating in knowledge. It's one thing sitting in a class. It's one thing you going to school. Everybody listen to me? And it is another thing in participating in class. Calling or raising your hand, giving an answer. See how everybody was eager when I said it was a gift, and when it became fun? That's how you should be from the beginning. The best student, the most successful student, which inshallah is going to lead to the most successful teacher. Everybody listen to these words. A successful student is going to lead to being a successful teacher, a successful father, a successful mother. You don't want to study Islam when you grow up. You want to be a businessman, you want to be an engineer or a doctor or a scientist and this and that. The habits that you make and the habits that you form right now at this age are the habits that you're going to keep. And if you don't take Islam seriously, if you don't take studying the Quran seriously, what do you want to take seriously? As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He says, فَبِأَيِّ hadithin, what hadith, what discourse or speech will they believe in after the Quran? If you don't believe in the Quran, what you going to believe in? So the point I'm trying to get to, brothers and sisters, despite the ages, we have older, we have younger, everybody pay attention please, is what? Is that how you participate, that has a big effect on how you teach others. Okay? And then you get a gift, that is inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala a small gift for something that's bigger and better, that's waiting for you in this life and in hereafter, inshallah. So that's what we want to talk about today, is respecting your teachers. Not your parents, but those who teach you Islam. Why should you respect them? How do you respect them? And what is bad about disrespecting them? So, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I want to read something to you, brothers and sisters, inshallah. Shaykh Abdul Rahman ibn Nasir al-Sa'di, rahimahullah, he says, وَعَلَى الْمُتَعَلِّمِ أَنْ يُوَقِّرَ مُعَلِّمَهُ وَيَتَأَدَّبَ مَعَهُ غَايَةَ مَا يَقْدِرُ عَلَيْهِ بما له من الحق العام والخاص. He says that it is upon the student, it's a right upon you to respect your teacher in the best way you know how. And that is because your teacher has two types of rights over you, two things. He has a general right, a general haqq, and he has a specific haqq. Your teacher gives you the Quran al-Kareem, he has a double right over you. Everyone understand this? He says, حق العالم أو العالم العام. أما العام فإن معلم الخير قد استعد لنفع الخلق بتعليمه وفتواه. وحقه على الناس حق المحسنين. ولا إحسان أعظم وأنفع من إحسان من يرشد الناس لأمر دينهم ويعلمهم ما جهلوا وينبههم لما عنه غفلوا ويحصل من الخير وانقماع الشر أو يحصل من الخير وانقماع الشر ونشر الدين والمعارف النافعة ما هو من أنفع شيء للموحدين ولمن أتى من بعدهم من ذريتهم وغيرهم فلولا العلم كان الناس كالبهائم في ظلمة يتخبطون. He says the general right that the teacher has, that the muallim, the ustad has, or the one who the right he has over you, that is because he has, or she has, he or she, both, they have that which is called haqqul muhsinin. The people who do good, people who help people out, people who spread virtue, people who are kind and generous, And what generosity, what kindness, what benevolence, what charity is greater than ilm, greater than knowledge? What charity is more beneficial than the Quran al-Kareem? And we all know that the Prophet ﷺ has told us in the famous hadith, the hadith of Uthman ibn Affan, radiallahu anhu, that is collected by Imam al-Bukhari, in which the Prophet ﷺ said, خَيْرُ النَّاسِ, he says, the best of the people, مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَهُ, are those who learn the Quran and those who teach the Quran. So if there was no other virtue of knowledge of the Quran of your teacher, except for the fact that he is someone who's doing good and he's doing good for you. That's the first point. Everybody got this? That's the first point. He then says, speaking about the specific point, وَأَمَّا حَقُّهُ الْخَاص عَلَى الْمُتَعَلِّمِ فَلِمَا بَذَلَهُ مِنْ تَعْلِيمِهِ وَالْحِرْصِ عَلَى مَا يُرْشِدُهُ وَيُوَصِّلُهُ إِلَى أعلى درجات فليس نفع الآباء والأمهات نظيرا لنفع المعلمين المربين للناس بصغار العلم قبل كباره الباذلين نفائس أوقاتهم وصفوة أفكارهم في تفهيم المسترشدين بكل طريق ووسيلة يقدرون عليه. He says, as for the specific rights of your teacher, they're even greater than the rights of your parents. And we all know the rights of the parents in the deen, your mother and your father. Your mother who bore you, who gave birth to you, was the means of you being in existence, who went through pain and agony and suffering for months and years, raising you. As if your teacher has a greater right upon you than your own mother. As if your teacher has a greater right upon you than your own father, the one who bought you that shirt that you're biting right now. Those glasses that you're wearing, the shoes on your feet, the braces on your teeth, the socks on your feet, your parents who work hard for hours out the day after day, to make sure that you have your basic needs and your basic provisions. Your Quran teacher has a greater right upon you. Has a greater right upon you. Let's make an example of this, brothers and sisters. An example of this. The Prophet ﷺ, he tells us in an authentic hadith, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى أكون أحب إليه من والده وولده والناس أجمعين. The hadith of Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu is collected in the Sahih. The Prophet ﷺ tells us, none of you can believe, none of you can be believers until he or she loves me more than his parents, his children, and everyone who's alive. You can't be a true believer until you love Muhammad ﷺ more than anyone else. How can this be, when they ask? Why do I have to love the Prophet ﷺ more than my mother and my father? I never met the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet, he never fed me food. He never gave me clothes. He never kept me warm in the wintertime. And I know it's really cold here in Minneapolis. All right? He never kept me cool in the summer. I never sat with the Rasul directly. I knew my mother and my father my entire life. They raised me. They take care of me every day. Everything I have is from them. My friends, my classmates. I have to love a man that I never met. More than that, all these people, just think about this. This is serious. You have to love someone that you never met in your lifetime more than the people that you sit with every single day. That's a serious statement. Why is this? Because if you compare what Muhammad ﷺ did for you and what your parents do for you, if you compare what Muhammad ﷺ has given you and what your friends and your children give you, there's no comparison. Muhammad ﷺ, he fed your soul. And if it wasn't for your soul, then you will be miserable in this life and thereafter. If you don't have food, you don't have clothes, you get sick, you die, what's the worst that can happen? You perish in this dunya. But you still have your ruh, you still have your soul in thereafter. You're still Jannah. If Muhammad ﷺ did not come and give you and teach and spread what he was supposed to spread, you wouldn't be sitting here today. You wouldn't have your friends. So therefore, what Muhammad ﷺ gave you from light, from guidance, from mercy, it outweighs and surpasses everything else that your parents can put together collectively. And the same is with regards to your Quran teacher. He's giving you the best of speech. He's teaching you how to be successful, how to win in this life and in thereafter. You may have a parent, they're not religious. Your parents may not be religious. Your parents, they may not care too much about Islam and the Quran. Unfortunately, this is the reality. Some parents are like this. You may have some parents, they only care about the worldly life. I want my son to go to college. I want my daughter to be successful, to go to school, to get a house, to get a car, this and that, so on and so forth. But your Quran teacher is the one who's making sure that you understand, that you memorize, that you know what your Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to you. Your Quran teacher in most cases is underpaid. In most cases, Quran teachers, they don't get paid their true worth, their true value. In most cases, Quran teachers, they have to work extra hours. Is this not the case? Extra hours. In most cases, the Quran teacher, he has to spend time telling you guys to be quiet, sit down, please don't talk, pay attention, so on and so forth. Let alone teaching the Quran. He's good at tajweed. His tajweed isn't so good. She's memorized the entire surah. He hasn't memorized. Only Allah knows the pain and the struggles and the toil that the Quran teacher has to go through. For what reason? Just so you can be a reciter of the Quran. And if you really look at it, your parents' happiness goes back to the Quran teacher. Because those people who send you here, they want to see their children say, my child is a hafiz of the Quran, mashallah. My child has memorized this surah, this juz. My daughter has completed the entire memorization of the Quran. She's ahead of her class. The parents, when they see you successful, what happens to the parents? They become happy. They take pride. They boast in their children. So in other words, the Quran teacher, he's a reason behind the parents being happy. So the parents owe him, the children owe him, everybody owes them. So therefore, this is in brief, this is in summary. The question is, how do you respect your teacher? We say that there are general rules, and there are general ways of respecting your teacher, whoever he or she may be, let alone your Quran teacher. Now, what we're going to do, bi'idhnillah, is I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think is a way that you should respect your Quran teacher? And what do you think is a means of disrespecting your Quran teacher? I want to hear from you guys. Follow. Listening to the teacher. Tai, what's your name, Akhi? Abdullah, mashallah. What do you think?
Come with your Asha all the time.
Coming with what?
Your Quran all the time.
Okay, the part of the Quran you're memorizing. Tai, okay, good. Being prepared. How do you prepare for Quran class? Have what? Your pens? Pencil. No pen? Right, pencil. What else? Your book and your kitab. Right, I sent it. Call it out. What do you think? What does it mean to respect the Quran teacher? Listen to me. We mentioned that already. Be on time. Don't play around. Islam, you can't play. You have fun. Don't yell or not play. Which one? Both. Fadal. Huh? Don't distract him. Try it. Fadal. Huh? Thank your teacher or your parents. Which one? Anybody else? Now. Fine. Okay. We have some things before all of this, guys.
Don't give your teacher a hard time.
Don't give your teacher a hard time. Try it. First and foremost. Okay, inshallah. Fine. We'll stop here, bi'idhnillah. Perhaps you guys may have some questions in the couple of minutes that we have left, maybe 5 minutes or something like that. Inshallah, if anyone has any questions, now is the time, and if not, we will stop. Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you all. You guys did an excellent job in sitting, listening, keeping quiet, and participating. Jazakumullah khairan. Any questions before we stop? Question says, will I give out prizes? We say yes and no. Yes and no. As far as yes, then I give you the greatest prize ever to tell you to respect your Quran teacher. That's firstly. Secondly, no, is that it's not enough time. I know we like to give prizes when people answer questions. However, bi'idhnillah, perhaps we'll have another time to come back and we'll bring you guys some snacks or some sweets or something. Inshallah. But the books and things like this come from questions being answered. I had other prizes too, but there's no time. Now. Alright, the question is, what do you learn in Medina, or what have I learned in Medina? I would say that in the Islamic University of Medina, you have college, you have high school, you have middle school. Okay, yeah, middle school and high school, they learn other things, math, science, but it's heavily focused on Islamic studies as well. As far as what I did, because I went to high school here in America, in Philadelphia. But I went to Medina for college. I studied in now which is called hadithdisciple or Dirasat al-Islamiyya, the College of the Honorable Hadiths of the Prophet and Islamic Studies. So there you have to study, you have classes and courses on Tawheed, on Fiqh, Tafsir, Seerah, Arabic language, Nahu, and your major is in everything that pertains to the Sunnah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. How it was compiled, how it was preserved, what are the different books of Hadith, who are the Sahaba, their students, what's Hadith Sahih, what's Hadith Da'if, and what is the Fiqh, and the understanding of those Hadith, how do you implement them, anything that pertains to the sciences of Hadith, inside, outside, above or below, that's what we study and major in. So that's where I graduated from. Then I went on to the master's program, and my major was Ulum al-Hadith, which is dealing with one specific angle of the infrastructure of the Hadiths, being authentic, being weak, and why. In brief, obviously I'm Russian. I would like to give you a long lecture, tell you some more experiences about Medina. I'll say one thing to you, Abdul Kareem. If you go on the YouTube channel, inshallah, you can find many lectures that we've done, in which I've talked about my experiences in Medina and what I learned specifically. Because now we're in a rush. I don't want somebody to watch again and kick me out. Okay, inshallah. So if you go on the Hadith channel, it's called Hadith Disciple. Hadith Disciple. If you Google that, you'll find the channel. You find many lectures that we did on the details of the school, how to go to the school, and what do you actually study in the school in detail, inshallah. And Allah knows best. Now,
like your whole life growing up, were you always Muslim?
question says, in your whole life growing up, were you always a Muslim? Alhamdulillah, I was always a Muslim. My mother and father, they accepted Islam. They used to be Christians. And me and my 3 sisters were born and raised as Muslims. However, just to be honest, and to make things better for us all, inshallah, I wasn't always practicing Islam when I was younger. I didn't always dress like this. I didn't always speak Arabic. I wasn't always overseas. I had a time in which I lived, in which I grew up. I had to go through things and learn things until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened up my heart and enlightened me to take my religion serious. And the reason why I'm telling you this, guys, the reason why I'm telling you this is for one reason. That is, nobody is perfect. And wisdom and knowledge do not come for free. Come from life experiences. You understand? Well, any other questions before we start? Question? No question? You had your hand up.